All right, Randy Walker here with Joel Drucker, famed tennis historian and author, and we're at the U.S. Open Court of Champions Monument. Check our YouTube channel, worldtennismagazine.com. Check out for all the, we have a series of these vignettes with Joel where he talks about each champion here on the Court of Champions Monument, which we had the pleasure of working on when this was introduced years ago. So, Joel, behind us we got Tony Trabert.
Well, Tony Trabert, I have a personal affection for Tony Trabert. I went to his camp. Worked there for 2 years, went there for 4 years. Tremendously classy champion, won in 53 and 55. Driving ground strokes, big topspin backhand. Later went on to become the Davis Cup captain, the long-standing CBS commentator, one of the classiest people in tennis, and also at the time the president of the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Moving further down the list.
Yeah, no, I'll just say a few things about Tony. I mean, just being able to shake his hand when I was working for the USDA when he was doing stuff with CBS, and also was a great Davis Cupper, and got to work on him on the anniversary of his 1953 championship that they won against Australia with Vexatious. Big upset, big Davis Cup win. Okay, we got AA Andre Agassi.
Well, Andre Agassi, this is a guy who was one of those crossover icons. You know, every once in a while a tennis player isn't just known for his great tennis, but for so many other things. And I think also with Andre, his philanthropy, the foundation he established, the other things. Andre reinvented himself. He was initially as the image is everything and the flash and dash, but he became a much more focused player, a great competitor, won the title in 94, 99. 94 he won already unseeded. A year later he was seeded one. So great player, tremendous ground strokes, kind of revolutionized the game. He was one of those guys like a Carlos Alcaraz is from a generational talent who brought whole new levels of speed and pace. Still, the case could be made that he might be the greatest forehand-backhand combo in tennis history.
And also lost 3 finals to the same guy.
All to Pete Sampras in 1995 and 2002. But, you know, losing those finals is frustrating, but you got to be pretty good to get there. And he ended up winning 8 majors altogether.
Absolutely. Okay, the next one here, Pancho Gonzalez.
Pancho Gonzalez, this is a guy many will say is the one man you would have play for the fate of the planet. One of the great competitors. That is a beautiful service motion that is scalable today. Won the title as an amateur in 48 and 49. Turned pro, wasn't allowed to play majors, missed 73 majors.
Wow.
Came back in 68. At the age of 40, he got to the semis at Roland Garros, and then he continued to play great tennis into his 40s. Won an epic match versus our dear mate Charlie Pastorell at Wimbledon in 1969. We beat Jimmy Connors when Gonzalez was 43 and Connors was rising up the ranks. And a fiery competitor who also happened to be Andre Agassi's brother-in-law for a short time. So,
okay, now we got the man they affectionately called Muscles because he didn't have any. That's what Harry Hauptman nicknamed him. So talk about Ken Rosewall.
Ken Rosewall, arguably the second best Australian ever behind Rod Laver, and maybe, as some have told me, the case could be made, he might even be more in certain ways. You might lose, but you wouldn't be thrown on court. And he is one of 3 men to have won singles majors in his teens, 20s, and 30s. Won the French at 18, won the French at 33, won other majors in his teens, 20s, and 30s. A beautiful backhand. They say it's a slice, but it really has drive. It was a great shot, versatile player, graceful player. In many ways, I would consider him more of the stylistic ancestor of Roger Federer than Rod Laver.
All right, well, that's interesting. All right, we got another chapter here of Court of Champions bios with Joel Drucker. So check out our other channels, on our channel, the other episodes where Joel, on the top of his head, gives these great anecdotes and bios of these great U.S. Open champions who are honored here at the U.S. Open Court of Champions.